My name is Susana Downes. I'm 24 years old. I'm from Sydney and I'm a musical theatre performer, children's entertainer, and recently I was approved to be an extend bar instructor. I love pageantry. I've loved them since I was a little kid. My favourite movie is Beautiful. It was directed by Sally Field and it's all about breaking the barriers of being in pageants. And when I was little, I used to try to put them on in school and no one really wanted to do it. And I was like, well, fine, I win. But also the message that it brings across. As an actor, I play a lot of different roles and I portray so many different stories. The second to last musical I did was Miss Saigon. And it's all about a woman who goes through struggle. She loses her parents at 17. She's betrothed to her cousin and she falls in love and gets pregnant within 3 days. And she gives birth to a baby at 18 years old. And it's about, I think Miss Grand Australia and that musical tie in really well together because it's about showing the strength that women have. And we're fighting for the rights for women to be able to not go through relationships that they really shouldn't be in, not to live in homes that they deserve. They should be living in homes, not on the streets. And we should be having equal pay to men and having access to that money. And I think bringing my career into this pageant and having them tie so well together is really, really great. And that's why I really connected with this pageant system. I think my biggest inspiration is Leah Michelle. She's been a performer since she was 8. She's been on Broadway since she was 8, specifically. And she is an advocate for mental health in women, health and wellness even. She went through a really, really tough loss in her partner, I think 3 years ago now. And it was a very public loss because they were both on a TV show together and they got into a relationship and he unfortunately passed away. The way that she carried herself through that loss was something that I really look up to. And if something were to happen in my life where I'm in the public eye and people are looking at every tiny little thing that I do, if I can carry myself just as strongly as she did, then I think I'd be okay. And she's an amazing singer too. I've had to learn communication. For 22 years, I thought about myself. I was pretty selfish. I was raised as an only child. I had never been in a relationship. And it wasn't until I got into a relationship that I realized I had to think about the other. And while I was thinking about other people, a lot of things were focused around myself. I'd help my family, I'd help my friends, but once I was actually in a partnership with someone, I realized that a lot of the things I would do, I'd think about how does that benefit me? And with him, I have to think, how does that benefit us? How does that benefit the rest of our lives? How does that benefit the people in our lives? Rather than just thinking, what's in it for me? Yeah. So I think that's been the biggest thing, communicating with other people, hearing their side, not just having it go in one ear, out the other, actually having it go in the ear, resonating in the brain, and then coming out as something positive. Handstands. I used to be really good at them as a kid. And then I think as puberty happened, I got more bottom heavy. And now I try to do them and I just go about to there and then come back down. I can do a cartwheel fine. I don't understand how I can't do a handstand. I can climb up a wall so my feet will go up and then I can go from there. But I don't know, it's been something physically that I've really, really wanted to get done. Yeah. Yeah, I would always get told by my mum, you need to be more graceful. You're not graceful enough. And I'm like, I'm trying here. At least I remembered what I'm doing. How about we mix two together, chocolate smoothie? I've never been a coffee drinker. I've tried a few times and I have such a sweet tooth that the bitterness of coffee is what comes off first. The first time I drank coffee, I was like this. shaking so much, and like everyone thought something was wrong with me. I'm like, no, I just had my first coffee ever and I feel terrible. And then the second time I just got sick from it. So I think let's just make some chocolate smoothies.